So here we are again, Andy, at the Matford Toy Fair.
Yeah.
Here's the queue, quite a queue, waiting to go in. And this was the first stall.
Yes.
Now, he's usually by the door, isn't he, this chap?
Yeah.
And quite a lot of loose stuff to begin with, some stars. We did spot that, didn't we, right off the bat, a loose hand carbonite.
Yeah.
I think he had 139 on that, which
yes, that's right.
We both said we're not really sure if it's the right price, but I think it seems about right for quite a rare figure, that one.
Yeah, he was telling me, Lawrence, he's called this.
Lawrence,
he was telling me he'd just bought a huge collection, 3 transit vans full.
Of General Toys?
Yeah.
Really?
Transformers,
wow.
I think, Thundercats, Mask, all sorts of stuff, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
3 transit vans.
Masters of the Universe, as you say, yeah.
Wow. I wonder how much that was.
Didn't ask. I doubt he would have told me. But, yeah, huge collection he's just bought.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he had lots of new stock this time.
Yeah. Now, like any of these fairs, there's going to be the usual mixture of toy and train, isn't there?
I'm sure it was. Yeah, it was about as usual.
It was,
it
was a bit of a mixture, half and half.
Old and new, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, this footage is before anyone's gone in.
That's still people setting up.
Yeah, we've been quite lucky. They haven't actually come in just yet.
Yeah.
We got in fairly sharp, didn't we? It was about 9:30ish.
Yes, thanks to the good grace of the organisers again. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of military stuff this
time. There was actually,
yeah. Yeah, some die-cast military things anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see any Chipperfields this time, only the slightly more modern stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't see any vintage Chipperfield.
I think one large set I saw.
Oh, well, all right. I may have missed that completely. I think for really vintage Corgi and Dinky, there wasn't masses of it. I thought that was really cheap. This guy had lots of Scalextrics, and I thought his prices were very, very reasonable indeed. You know,
prices,
look at these. It doesn't seem expensive to me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no Scalextrics expert, but they didn't seem bad, you know. Yeah, pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah. Yeah, as usual, there was a lot of Hot Wheels and.
There was, yeah.
No, they don't seem too badly priced, actually. I mean,
his prices are cheap. Very cheap.
The buildings and so on, obviously not boxed, but
but they're priced to move, aren't they?
Competitive,
yeah. And there were a few stores which had, admittedly maybe not top quality or A1 pristine boxed examples, but they were still. It was priced to sell.
Yeah.
I think if you had any youngsters with you, they could have had a very good day.
Yeah.
Just cheap cars from £1 each, or even 50p on some stalls.
As usual, lots of trains and track and wagons and so on. Usual mixture of old and new.
If there was die-cast there of a vintage variety, I had tried to film it as best I could. So one stall, we both remarked on it, had a sign up, no photographs, no filming. Never seen them before, but they were retro games, weren't they?
Yes.
Retro video games. So, a bit unusual at this sort of a show, but,
who knows why. But,
you
won't be seeing them.
No, sorry about that. I respect their wishes.
Yeah.
And when I do film these, I don't try and film the stall holders. I'm filming their stock.
Yeah.
I'm not filming them at all. Some interesting stalls with some fairly vintage stuff, but once again, loads of train related, didn't they? Train.
Yeah, as always.
Memorabilia.
Lots and lots of loose die-cast. All you rummagers out.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
There was plenty to rummage through.
Look at that, boxes of it, £1 each. Yeah. There's bound to be some bargains there if you've got the patience to go through it all. This guy was all cheap. I don't know how much was on the big track, but
no, I don't.
He was pretty cheap across the board.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this guy had some great stuff. Never been to the show before.
Yeah, good Airfix books.
Yeah, that's where we got our Airfix books. He had a load of Asterix stuff.
He did, yeah.
He says he collects it. Got a lot of it in France itself.
That's right.
There's a big box load of loose Asterix. You just don't see this
nice stuff.
very often. And he even had some boxed bits.
Yes, he had some Kinder ones I was quite tempted with.
Yeah.
Spent my money on other things. Really, I didn't have a huge amount of money to spend today. But yeah, he had some nice stuff. Lots of
good
figures.
stuff.
He had some.
He said he had some. There's the boxed Asterix and some Star Wars micro stuff, which is nice to see.
Yeah, he collects Timpo. This guy, he collects Timpo figures. He did have a few, which we'll see at the end of the store.
Right.
But he was saying he's a big Timpo collector, and I mentioned a Timpo item to him which he'd never heard of.
Wow.
Which is because he was that's a good book on Britons. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They did a Wild West town basically, various bank and a saloon and things like that. There's a version of the saloon which was a mail-away item from Nestle.
All right.
The Milky Bar. You get a saloon which has basically the saloon you could buy as a water slide transfer with the name of the saloon, Silver Dollar Saloon. There's a version which is a Milky Bar saloon, and you'd never heard of it. I know it because I've got a wrapper with the offer. The Milky Bar saloon. But learn stuff every day, even the dealers.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Forever learning in this game.
Yeah, sure are. Here we go. Yeah, it's got all sorts of interesting bits and pieces. A lot of 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Yeah, a lot of that stuff there on certain stalls.
Yeah. Yeah, quite an interesting stall, that. Still seeing Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
After all this time.
They will not die.
No.
There we go. Oh yeah, modern Chipperfield stuff.
Yeah, it's alright, but who's got the room for it?
Yeah, indeed.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, a lot of I remember the store now. Quite a lot of modern die-cast.
I'm trying to think how many dealers, if you estimated how many tables were taken today. I mean, would you say 40 to 50, something like that?
About that, yeah. There were one or two tables which were empty, weren't there?
There were a couple of empty tables, and some people had doubles, didn't they?
Yeah. But yes, about that, roughly, I think. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this is our friend Tim from Exeter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says he does well on the dolls. On eBay, I think.
Yeah, they were good value.
Issues of Battle Action were cheap. Yeah, very cheap.
Pound a piece.
That's very cheap.
That's all right for that.
Yeah.
Not going to go far wrong at a pound each.
No, they were decent condition as well.
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah.
Yeah. If you were collecting those,
he would have done all right.
He was your boy.
Yes.
Yeah, a few tornadoes. Okay.
This is what are they called again? Toy
Hunter UK.
Toy Hunter.
Yeah, this is a chum. Nick Mulford.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it was before he was still setting up when I was filming. We were in quite briskly this morning.
Yeah.
But we do see a little bit of his stall a bit later on.
Yes. Lovely stuff as usual.
Yeah, he got some really good stuff.
Yeah, I did buy
really nice
a Corgi item off him.
Woohoo! We'll look at that in a moment.
Yeah, a nice little zeroid there down in the bottom left-hand corner. There he is. But yeah, had some nice stuff. Very nice stuff. He'd Just bought quite a lot of 60s and early 70s Corgis. Very nice condition.
Really,
as well, box ones,
Lovely.
Yeah, some odd stuff. Yeah, Typhoon cards are there. They were mail-away cards.
Yeah.
Typhoon football ones, they were £6 each. I was quite tempted.
Yeah.
The Captain Britain's there.
Yeah.
Were quite competitively priced. And
the
really collectible one was there, number 8.
Really,
which is the first appearance of Betsy Braddock before she was Psylocke. That was there. I don't know what he had on that, I can't remember. But, don't see that very often. Not on one of these fairs, anyway.
No.
There we go, real mixture again. The price on this sort of stuff does vary quite a bit, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, you would know looking at the Matchbox particularly.
Yeah, a lot of it, like, none of those Matchboxes are priced, unfortunately. So, it's a difficult one, but you sort of gauge by what the price of his other stuff was,
right?
And it seemed pricey.
Did it?
In all honesty, so you just, I can't be bothered to ask because you know it's going to be pricey. We'll see that Porsche now, Andy, and we'll go, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Had a good look for it.
Yeah. Incidentally, we were looking for those 2 Thunderbird figures, weren't we? And
we did have a look.
They weren't there.
They were there.
We were both
they were
looking.
Definitely not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of cards. Of
Sorry,
types
Mark. I believe the chap's name was. Asked me to look out for them.
Yeah, we did.
They weren't there. I don't know, £70 for the. I mean, it's complete except the box. I don't know if that's good or not.
No idea.
It just seems a little high, but who can tell?
There we go again. Lots of stuff to rummage through, and there were people rummaging through these as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Young and old.
I'm sure if you're looking for particular bits, you could find some bargains of some sort.
Yeah. That looked nice.
Yeah, that did look nice. Nice condition as well. Matchbox. You put your car in, and use the steering wheel to steer it around. Yeah, pretty cool that.
Yeah.
Big piece to store there. Big piece. But yeah, nice all the same.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I almost bought one of those, but it wasn't. It was just a tiny bit. Yeah. They were great. These were cheap and cheerful. Like £1 a piece,
cheap,
50p. And this is our friend Mark, and he was just clearing out his odds and sods, really. Yeah.
Paul stuff. Yeah. Good stuff as always.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff. A couple of heads.
Yeah.
See, Toy Polloi would have enjoyed going for all that.
Sure would.
This is where I ended up buying a few. I've had some off him before.
All right.
He had some
he's a nice chap.
Pre-production stuff. Yeah, we had a little chat with him.
Yeah,
he had some good stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't first to the stalls, so someone had put by about 6 or 7, he said, and he'd gone off to get some money. So I dipped out there, sadly. Well, I'd still got 3, so I'm really pleased with that.
Good.
A few old Airfix
dogfight
kits.
doubles and things like that.
Not many, but I mean they're not expensive, are they?
Did see some dogfight doubles. They weren't actually.
Yeah,
they were good. You got two planes in one box.
Right.
Yeah, I had to have one of those. Yeah, but there were a few Airfix kits. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
all right. Yeah,
that's one I had.
Nice.
The Arab-Israeli War. Yeah, that. You can see people still setting up.
Yeah.
Do you think there was as much Lego as last time?
I think there was more.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was more Lego.
Right.
It's still very, very popular, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is popular stuff.
Definitely.
It's all brand new modern sets.
Right.
And here they are. So this is at this point the public came in.
Yeah.
So it was a huge old queue, but things started to get a bit busier around the stalls now. Had our little honeymoon.
Yeah. Yeah, of course Matford is not as big as West Point was, so it gets a little bit more cramped, but not too bad. Here we go again, more military die-cast. Yeah, this guy has a lot of older stuff, doesn't he?
Does, yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Subutia. 60 Subutia by the look of it.
Yeah, lots to look at on that stall. Lots of little tiny bits and stuff, bits and pieces. And a lot of really vintage stuff.
Proper vintage items.
Yeah. This is all priced as well. You know, it does make a difference, doesn't it? You know. Rorke's Drift.
Okay. Yeah, it's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, once again, quite vintage.
Yeah.
Some of the RJ Journett puzzles. Nothing too scarce. The TV one, that one there is the rarest of the ones that he had there.
Right.
And that's not a Journett one, but that's a different manufacturer, but quite scarce.
Yeah, I did have a look at the soccer crackers actually.
Oh yeah, just behind them soccer
crackers. I think they're probably 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. £50 he wanted for them. All there, all inside, all used. Another day I might have pulled the trigger on those, but there are other things that caught my attention a bit more.
Yeah.
I would have had those just for the rarity, really. You just don't see them. Yeah, this guy does all sorts of odds and sods.
Yeah, a few old gold keys.
Gold keys.
Cartoon ones, so not massive demand, but
25-cent ones, so they're probably
70s. Yeah, 70s ones. Yeah. Optimistically looking through the box of badges in the hope that you might find something groovy.
Yeah, it is one of these sort of stalls where you've really got to rummage.
Yeah. A fair bit of scale electrics this time round, actually.
There was a bit.
Yeah. Funny how it goes like that, isn't it?
Yeah, there was more slot car stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Did you have scale electric as a kid?
I did, actually. It was minis, the racing minis.
Oh, yes.
Again, I think it was Mini 400s or something.
I
It was a very small set.
Yeah, I had a set.
I think it was just a simple figure of 8, possibly, or even a loop. With just the two minis in. This is interesting. It was all Scarlet, wasn't it?
A lot of Scarlet, Captain Scarlet and Anderson, Jerry Anderson stuff. Yeah, some old, some new. It's early 90s stuff.
Like a private seller rather than a dealer.
1960s gum card set there.
Yeah.
A couple of TV21s. There they are. Yeah, all sorts. An autographed item there with a certificate, but who made the certificate?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
No.
Quite like the cloud base there. That was quite nice. But yeah. Here we go again.
Yeah.
More 90s, 80s, 90s.
80s, yeah, Ghostbusters stuff.
Plenty of that there.
Bucky
Toxic
O'Hare,
Avenger.
yeah. Good little story if you're into that stuff.
Yes, it was.
Actually.
Yeah.
And those Batman bits are quite unusual. So a lot of 80s stuff in nice nick. Yeah. Thundercats.
Yeah.
Not our era, Andy, but
Not really.
No,
The odd thing
but
here
we're
and
aware of it.
there. We're aware of it.
Yeah, a few old comics, nothing too special. I think I spotted a DC 100 pager, but it was ironically, but it was a bit low grade.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh
Here we
yes,
are,
Superman, yes.
yeah. How dare they? Tape.
Yeah.
Good as a reader. Good as a
Indeed.
reading copy.
Yeah. I did pick up one myself actually recently.
All right,
DC
yeah.
100 pager.
Oh, nice.
Superman. The one with the wraparound Neil Adams.
Oh, that's lovely,
with
isn't
more
it?
flying.
Yeah, that's a really great
great
one.
one,
Yeah, really,
I
really
did
good.
pick that one.
Now, I got one. There was a Batman one. I got
Yes, I saw
recently.
that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
that's the last one I've got. I've got a couple more bookmarked if I can, and they're all making offers. So I
All
try
right.
and buy at least one a month
Yeah.
until I've finished that original run.
Fair enough.
Yeah, a Spargraph. I think I might have had that as a kid.
Yeah.
That exact one. Yeah,
Didn't have a Spyro.
yeah, all right. Dinky planes.
Yeah. Get more rummage boxes.
Yeah. If you've got a kid who's just into some cars and that, you can do very well at these shows.
It was there. There we are, military die-cast again.
Yeah. Matchbox did their share. They did about 8 different ones at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tanks and things like that.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
one or two, but
Yeah, I didn't have much as a kid. I tended to have the Airfix stuff.
yeah. I had a couple of bits definitely.
Yeah.
Whether they were Dinkies or Corgi, I think more Dinky for military.
Yeah, that's back at
There we are. Yeah.
Nick. There he is in
There
the
we are.
background.
Toy Hunter. Yeah.
So
He was quite busy. I mean, he was.
he was by this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to even say hello this time, but that's okay. We should get a look at his store. And he's got a website as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll perhaps put up a bit more detail about that
I
later.
wonder if it was him who had those the Gordon and John figures.
Who knows?
Might have been, mightn't it?
Yeah.
So, Mark,
Didn't
if you're
look like-
watching, check
yeah.
Toy Hunter's website.
Might have been.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that it was his store, but could have been.
Could have been, yeah.
He's very easy and pleasant to deal with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, worth getting in touch with.
Sort of railway,
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
memorabilia.
Nice to see that sort of stuff.
Yeah, actual
Yeah.
bits from the platforms and that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not so interested in the railway stuff, but a little bit of underground memorabilia is quite nice, and
Yeah.
you can get them. It's out there, little mind the gap signs, and it's literally from platforms.
All right.
It is sold. In fact, the London Transport Union sells some themselves.
All right. Yeah.
This is our friend Paul.
Yeah,
his
back
brother.
at his stall again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some good vintage stuff,
He did.
as you can see.
Yeah, all sorts, and he's quite competitively priced as
Yeah,
well.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, we will do a deal. Nice poster there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about 120 on that, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, 120. But it's very nice condition.
Yeah.
Really nice. There we go, all sorts again.
A little bit more of his store.
Yeah.
It's worth having almost a second glance, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Lots of Lego again,
Yeah.
by the bagload. So, I mean, sort of in summary then, we got our bits to show in a minute, so we both found
Yeah.
some stuff. And our friend Dave came out with us, but he didn't. He's very, very niche and specialist, so he didn't find anything for himself this time.
No.
But it was still nice to see. There was some dealers we hadn't seen before.
Yes.
The crowd seemed pretty good going in as well.
Yeah.
So I hope the dealers have ended up having a good day.
It was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah. Our next one we're looking at is Shepton. No, there's one more in Plymouth, and then there's the Shepton one, isn't there?
There's another Matford one, and then there's a Shepton.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So we got a few more before the year is out.
Yeah, another 3.
Right, should be cool.
There's Matchbox again.
Yeah. This guy had the best selection of die casts in the entire fair.
Right.
But the prices were... They were top end.
On the high side.
Yeah, they were on the high side.
Okay.
But he had the best selection, as you
Did
can
he?
see. Really good, nice stuff, yeah.
All right.
I think he got some good. I think he's from Wales, isn't he?
I think so.
With
Yes.
his runs the store with his son.
Yeah.
But
some
nice stuff.
Some 1990s Jerry Anderson down the end, which we'll see in a minute. Corgi are releasing a die-cast Stingray next year, actually.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, a metal one, not a really large size one, but a metal one, which is going to be missile fire.
Oh, nice.
It's coming next year, along with a Scalextric Fab one.
Wow.
With Thunderbirds.
Excellent
Probably that's
stuff.
coming out next year.
Yeah, oh, brilliant.
So
That's
stuff
cool.
still keeps coming out.
Yeah. That's the last handful of stalls as I film my way towards the exit now. Yeah, and our friend Julian from Final Frontier is the last sort of stall that we have a look at.
Underground maps.
Indeed, yeah. I didn't have my list with me, but there was a few I think I would have had.
Oh,
I should have grabbed them, but there you go. Yeah. You don't expect to find them, do you? So
No, not really.
I'll be ready for next time. I'll have the list with me. You know?
There's a Stingray.
Yeah, and there's Julian's store now.
This is Julian's store. Our friend Julian from
brilliant.
Final Frontier in Plymouth and
Indeed.
Exeter.
Yes, indeed. So there we go. Okay. Thank you very much. That's another great day. Well worth a visit. Lots to see. Right, time to have a look at our meagre finds, I think we could safe to say, but good finds all the same. So first of all, I got 3 Matchbox cars, very, very nice condition indeed, from the stall. I bought off him before, and these were 3, I think, excellent ones, £20 each. And I was particularly pleased to get the many beautiful boxes. I mean, sort of 9 out of 10 boxes on the whole. Maybe even 10 out of 10, you could say, but much better than what was generally on display, and the actual models are really good condition, so that's good news. You bought this one, which I did see. So, Britain's Toy Catalogues. What's the story with this one, then, Andy, as I flick through?
As it says, it's actually reprints of the catalogues that they put out, and you could pick up in toy shops, and there's a price guide at the back as well.
Oh, wow.
I'm not a massive collector of Britons, but I do have a few things, like to pick a few things up here and there, and it's just a great guide, really good guide. It's long out of print. It was published in 2010.
Wow, all right.
And the guy, the seller back in the day bought a lot of them.
Yeah.
Can just put them out now cheap.
He had some good stuff, that store.
He did. I think for £10. Yeah. We'll have that.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Good stuff in there.
A few hundred pages as well.
Oh, yeah.
The Ultimate Guide, I guess.
Yeah.
So that was the Britons book.
Yeah.
You bought a die cast as well, didn't you?
Just the one. Yeah. Got a Corgi one.
And what's the story with this one then?
So this is Roger Clark's Ford Capri rally car.
Ah, yes.
Roger Clark was a top British rally car driver, sort of 60s and 70s. There he is on the back.
Oh, yeah.
I had this one as a child.
Ah, right.
It kind of ties in with the Mexico 1970 World Cup rally, which is one of the toughest rallies ever.
Really, right.
It was partly in Europe and partly in South America,
Yeah.
going up through Central America to Mexico City. It was kind of Wembley Stadium to Mexico City.
Yeah.
For the 1970 Soccer World Cup. So it's from around that sort of time.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, just a nice, very nice example of it.
It is indeed. And the last thing I bought was a book as well, which is
it's a nice book.
this one, the boys' book of Airfix. A little bit big to... Let me slide these back a bit so we can have a proper look. There we go. And I've got the other one by him. This is £8. £20 was the cover price. A look on the sort of history of Airfix. Bang up to date from the vintage days as well. Quite nice. I love the box artwork of Airfix. I really, really do. That's the biggest attraction. I don't think I could ever collect it. It's just, too much. But I love looking at the old kits and seeing if there's a few. I had a few when I was, a few planes and stuff when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I think every boy did. But it's the really old stuff that just so appeals. I think it's lovely. These old books, these are just great.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And we saw a few at the show, didn't we? But
a few.
Not many this time round. Yeah, these old ones are my favourites. I like the soldiers as well. I would be tempted with those. Really would be tempted, because there's not that many. Only about 20 sets, Andy. And me a bagatelle. Yeah.
That's what you're going for.
Oh, yeah, true, actually, yeah. The moon set's quite nice. I don't know if you the astronauts.
I'll have them, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
I do have those.
So that was our pickups.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And we shall look forward to seeing you again at the next show very soon.
Yes, we will.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
Bye.